My name is Clive Robertson. I've been making and curating performances since 1970. This is the first book I worked on, a work score report that came out from Boivin Press in 1975, and it documents the group Works from Calgary. This book actually has photographs on the cover. This is a library version of the book, and it's performance by artists by A. Bronson and Peggy Jade, and it was released in 1979, so this is a Canadian international performance book. In 1980, Parachute and Chantal Pombriand produced this symposium and catalog. This is called Performance Text and Documents. It's from 1980. This is Performance O in Canada, 1970 to 1990. It was edited, authored by Alain Martin Richard and myself, and it tried to be an inclusive book. All of the performance artists in Canada, anybody that had done more than 3 performance works, and then after it was finished, we found all sorts of people that we hadn't put in the book. This is another book by Éditions Intervention in Quebec City, edited by Richard Martel. This is a book that parallels a book that came out of the US, but it is the only Canadian book that was reprinted by an international publisher. This again was in my stack. It's the ongoing history of actual art in Quebec, according to Lelier. This is a very important chronology, Sea to Shining Sea, edited by A. Bronson and regional editors. It was critiqued at the time for leaving things out, but it remains one of the best chronologies of alternative art practice in Canada. This is a book that was edited by Keith Wallace. It's the Western Front in Vancouver, and it's their history 20 years from 1973 to 93. This is a book by Bruce Barber, one of a few books on his work. This was a catalog from New Zealand, where he originally was from, and this is work from the early 70s until 2008, I think. This is a book, an important book, that is by John Grayson. It's called Urinal and Other Stories. This is John Grayson's sort of early performance work, early video work. This is one of a few useful Canadian books on censorship, portrayals of the body in video and in performance. It's edited by Lorraine Johnson with a preface by John Grayson. This is an interesting book by Display Cult, Jim Drobnik and Jennifer Fisher, for a performance series they did at Obro in the 90s called Counter Poses. And I use this book in my classes a lot. This is a follow-on from Performance Art in Canada by my 2 friends, Tanya Mars and Johanna Householder. This book sold out, and it is now on eBay for some ridiculous amount of money, like $4,000. This is a really good book on women and performance in Canada called Caught in the Act. This is a book produced by Fado that is the performance works of Tanya Mars, Ironic to Iconic, edited by Paul Couillard. This is a book on the work of Alain Martin Richard. These Books are incredibly difficult now to produce, to get the money for all the authors. Often are the fundraisers, and it takes a long time. And last but not least, this is a book called The Life and Times of Buffalo Boy, Adrian Stimson. And these are some of the books that I use. And they are not completely random, but they weren't selected at the time to be part of this project.